Yay. Golden card for a golden age. My fries are still cooking. My fries are still cooking. Yeah, there's one stream for right now. Who is more attractive? Who is more attractive and sexy? Donald Trump or Marilyn Monroe? My horizontal chat will see you in court. I'll open it up again. I just want to keep it short chat for now for a little bit. First cabinet meeting ends in disaster. What ended in disaster? Full Diddy party. Epstein's gonna be exposed tomorrow, bro. They're just making sure they take Trump's name off everything. I mean, you can't trust literally anything they say, so what is to say that they don't just lie about literally everything that comes out about everything? Yeah. Come on. I gotta check my fries really quick, bro. 1 second. Let me check my fries quick. 1 second. They blocked the declassification. Good times. I got my fries. Ready to go, baby. Ready to go, baby. Look at my fries. They love fries. Look at the fries. Yummy. Yummy fry. This is funny.
Alina, a little murmuring in MAGA land about, the comments about China today. Did MAGA vote for China to be able to buy up more America?
So Trump wants to sell all of our priorities, foreign and domestic. He wants to sell off everything we own to other countries and our adversaries to make a quick profit, basically. Yeah, he wants to sell us out for the highest bidder.
American real estate or American companies, they ask.
Is that really a question? Really? That's what we're doing now? The spin? That's the spin? Yeah, no. What the president said was very simple. It's the same policy we've had across the board when you look at reciprocal tariffs, when you look at the strong arm.
Bro, he said about doing like transactions for U.S. land with China and having the gold card where you can pay $5 million for a free pass into America with 0 checks on anything. You could just buy your way into America. You could be a Russian oligarch and buy your way into America. You can buy American citizenship for $5 million. And bro, once they start talking, why'd I say that in an accent? Once they start attacking Fox News, bro, they are pushing for the Ministry of Truth. I'm telling you, they are going to wind down from news sources, keep on delegitimizing whatever the next news source is, because even like Washington, even New York Post will push back on them when it's Russia and Ukraine. So they're going to keep on cutting down from news sources. If she's going to go on Fox News and be like, really, that's the spin now, bro? That's the spin now on Fox News? I guarantee you they're going to push for a Ministry of Truth and state-run media. Direct state-run media. Other than, they've already been attacking the media, been taking away press credentials for dumb reasons. But yeah, they're going to push for state-run media.
American companies, they ask.
Is that really a question? Really? That's what we're doing now? The spin,
really?
That's the spin?
Really, bro? Really?
Yeah, no.
Rule number one, you cannot answer a question if you're if you are Trump or anyone affiliated with Trump. You cannot answer a question without first insulting the media. You have to first insult the person asking you the question. Call them a dumbass. Like, really? You're asking me that question? Dumbass? That's rule number one. Trump never answers a question without whining, okay? Remember, whine first. Whine, W, win. Whine starts with the W, win starts with the W. That's how Trump gets his dubs.
The president said was very simple. It's the same policy we've had across the board. When you look at reciprocal tariffs, when you look at the strong arm that President Trump has had with China, with Canada, with Mexico, we want America to be safe. We care about American people first. It's like what you just said in your monologue.
He said he has a good relationship with China today. So yeah, we go after Canada and Mexico very aggressively. But Trump said today there's a good relationship with China. He calls Trudeau governor of Canada. They should be a state because they're not a real country. But China, China's amazing. China's awesome. We want to do more business with China and more business with Russia. Ukraine and Canada are fake countries. China, Russia, we love them. He also essentially ceded Taiwan to China as well today. But it's all memes, bro. It's all memes. It's good having a president that's mentally mentally dumb.
I couldn't have said it better. America first.
Alina, but you can't buy reciprocity would mean Americans can go off and buy lots of Chinese real estate,
No.
Near military bases, which I know President Trump is not in favor of. But the concern obviously is like, we want to do, the deals are great and so much of them are phenomenal, but you see where Democrats are starting to like worm their way into the populist agenda and say, whoa, how is that for the American worker to bring in thousands of more foreign workers? That is what some on the MAGA side are, they're kind of whispering about.
Do you see how much she is protecting herself here? She is justifying her question so much. Like, I know Trump, dear Trump, he is amazing. The plans are fantastic so far. But it seems like the Democrats are infiltrating our populism, and it doesn't seem good to many MAGA Americans to bring in more foreign workers. But dear Trump knows best, and dear Trump is the most powerful, fantastic, supernatural being of all time. I don't mean to insult him. I swear. Like, listen to the way she's coping. Listen to how she's coping with this question.
Real estate,
No.
Near military bases, which I know President Trump is not in favor of. But the concern obviously is like, we want to do, the deals are great and so much of them are phenomenal, but you see where Democrats are starting to like worm their way into the populist agenda and say, whoa, how is that for the American worker to bring in thousands of more foreign workers? That is what some on the MAGA side are, they're kind of whispering about, but nevertheless, it's out there.
Yeah, let me clarify that then if there's any confusion. What the president was referring to was us continuing to have business relations. We do import, export. Of course we do. That is what we're talking about. Yes.
Awesome. Along the same lines, Pete Hegseth today, when talking about Guantanamo Bay.
Saw their living.
And by the way, many people being held at Guantanamo Bay right now at Gitmo are not criminals at all. Were never arrested for anything. At the most, a civil infraction for a visa overstay. Undocumented, not illegal. And look at the conditions they're living in Gitmo. And look at Pete Hegseth's reaction. Remember, yell at the media, say something offensive, call them stupid. That's your first answer. You need to whine first. Every MAGA person, every Trump person needs to whine first. You lean with you lead with a whine. You have to cry first.
We didn't talk to them or interact with them, but we saw them, saw their living conditions.
And what do they look like?
It's austere, it's basic,
Yeah.
but it's every basic amenity that you could need is provided. Medical checks, dental checks, healthcare checks, welfare checks, recreational opportunities. But again, it's austere and it's basic because it should be. You broke our laws. If you may temporarily have to go to Gitmo, and then you're going home.
An ACLU group is saying that the confinement there is tantamount to solitary confinement, which is against the UN rules on how you have to house people like this, because they only get 2 hours.
Okay, get ready. Get ready for the strategy. Okay, whine first. Remember, cry first. Cry first. Cry first.
On how you have to house people like this.
Get ready.
Because they
Guarantee
only get
you
2
he's gonna cry here.
Of outside time,
Whenever someone makes a legitimate point, if someone makes a legitimate point, you need to cry first.
outside of their cells. What do you say to that?
But I say bull to the ACLU. I know
Yeah.
what their agenda is. They want
Their agenda. They have an agenda. See, they made a good point, so they have an agenda. They want to make America look bad. Of course, yeah,
They want
propaganda.
to make our commander-in-chief, President Trump.
They want to make President Trump look bad, bro. They have an agenda. They hate America. They want to make America look bad. They want to make Daddy Trump look bad. Look at it, dude. Easy 3-step program.
Look bad. These are top-notch, top-tier facilities run by professionals where they bend over backwards to make sure that medical, dental, healthcare, food, religious accommodations, language accommodations all exist. No, you're not going to have universal freedom at Guantanamo Bay. It's a prison. But they get all the time that they need as a temporary place to send them home. This is about temporarily holding high-profile,
And by the way, there's no legal standing where a civil infraction would justify Guantanamo Bay holdings. When he says they broke our laws, they're criminals. That's not true for all of them. Even in the sense of entering illegally or staying illegally. Like I said, undocumented, visa overstays, dreamers, etc. did not break criminal statute, criminal law. But yeah, that's the strategy, bro. Apparently Fox News is hard-hitting journalism now. Even Fox News is too truth-based for the Trump campaign. I mean, the Trump administration, sorry. They campaign 24/7 because they don't know how to govern. But even Fox News is too truth-based for the Trump administration. Isn't that awesome, guys? Isn't that great to see? Make sure you drop a like on the stream. It's federal law, you moron. You know, oh my god, dude. You people are stupid. I said civil infraction. I did not say illegal. And I also did not say the other word you said. Violent.
And I should say, we will make mistakes. We won't be perfect. But when we make a mistake, we'll fix it very quickly. So, for example, with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention.
Whoopsies.
I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption. But we do need to move quickly if we're to achieve a $1 trillion deficit reduction in financial year 2026. It requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it. And I should say, we will also...
It's funny, too, because obviously a gap like that is a big deal, number one. And also, the actual administrators, they did not fully refund or start funding the Ebola program. They did not do that. It was just a patchwork to make it look like the programs were reinstated for Ebola. It's just Ebola, bro. Where's that one thing at? Miami Herald review of 18 cases found that 6 of the migrants appeared to have no previous record, and an additional 5 were only charged with illegal entry into the U.S. and sentenced to time served. Several were detained during the scheduled appointments with border authorities for those seeking asylum, or never spent time in the U.S. outside of detention. Only 2 were convicted felons, one for illegal reentry, and others for conspiracy to transport undocumented immigrants. Another faced felony charges for driving undocumented passengers and evading arrest, but wasn't convicted. At least one is 19 years old. It's just not good to have no standards for this kind of thing, to make sure there's some type of transparency or a real system.
Yet one campaigned around the country to drain the swamp. Yet one of the first things he did is reverse President Biden's executive order that banned White House officials from accepting gifts from lobbyists.
True.
So today, I am introducing the Drain the Swamp Act. It's pretty simple. It will ban any White House official from accepting gifts from lobbyists, and it will ban White House officials from becoming lobbyists during the Trump term. I believe that this bill will have support not just from progressives, not just from independents, but from the MAGA movement. That is why I'm calling on my
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. Get money out of politics. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I see no problems with this at all. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
colleagues, Republicans
I agree.
and Democrats, to pass the Drain the Swamp Act and send it to
Yeah, that's a good name too. Drain the swamp. Yeah, I agree with that. We need to drain the swamp. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
President Trump's desk so he can fulfill his promise.
Make sure you call in. Make sure you call into the stream, by the way. There's a phone number if you want to call in. Make sure you drop a like. Okay? Make sure you drop a like. Here, Trump will not comment on whether China should not take Taiwan by force. I have a great relationship with China's Xi Jinping. We want to invest in China. We want China to invest in the U.S. Yes. Make China great again. Make China great again. Make China great again.
With the Doge effort going in and trying to accelerate changes and address efficiencies. But I'll tell you, if I were a Senate-confirmed head of a department and I had somebody from the outside undermining my ability to manage and demonstrate there's one leader in every department, I'd have a problem with it.
Has Musk been rash?
In some cases.
People suck.
Call from.
Just yell at him. Shut up. Gavin. Tell him.
Hello?
Hey, I just want to let you know you're a bitch.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I love you.
You're a bitch.
I love you.
I'm 28.
I love you, honey.
You love me, honey?
Yeah.
What a queer.
I hope you have a good night.
What a queer. What a queer.
I hope you have a good night, sir.
Talk him into.
I hope you have a good night. God bless.
I'm just talking shit.
Do you praise Jesus as well?
Yes, I do. Yes, but I don't think any liberal can praise Jesus.
Well, the sad part is Jesus would never make a phone call like you just made. And Jesus would never cut assistance for the poor.
I'm not religious, so I don't give a fuck.
Oh, of course you're not. Of course
I
you're
know.
not. Yeah, I can tell. You're not anything. You're not religious. You're
just
dicklicious.
a fuck up. You're just a fuck up.
You're
and you're a disgrace to this country. And I would love for you to come say the shit that you say out in public. It'd be so great because if you do this shit, you're just underground. I've been trying to tell everybody you're just bitch. Like you're just a bitch.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. You want to be friends? Do you want to be friends, sir?
No,
you want to be friends,
I can't
sir?
be friends with a communist, non-American queer. I can't do that.
I'm not a communist nor queer.
Call from.
Hello? Hi. How's it going? You're not there?
Yeah, just give me a second here. I'm trying
Okay.
to... Jolah?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Going all right. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. I'll be a little better company than the last guy.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Like my dad used to say, it takes all kinds to make this world go round, but I'll treat you with respect because I know you're out there for the good fight of the Democratic and all people across America, for that matter. I'm sure there's a lot of great Republican people out there that are discontent with what Trump and Elon are doing right now, and I actually had a kick at the AI video today that was released on the Trump Gaza. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty disgusting, actually.
Yeah, pretty good video. Really Christian oriented.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm sure the Palestinians are just flabbergasted, too.
Yeah, Jesus always said we should buy the Holy Land and make casinos out of it and erect golden statues of our leaders. That's what Jesus actually advocated for. God was in favor of that as well. God actually said that some men are above me. So yeah, God is very in favor of what Trump is doing, of course, yeah.
I think the message we should all remember, and God and Jesus' teaching, is money is the root of all evil. And Trump is exactly that. We all know he's a convicted felon. He's a sex offender. The Epstein files will be released tomorrow. We all know the truth will be redacted. So far, we're never going to find out the truth. But if you really want some insight on stuff, I've been following the Midas Touch Network program for at least 3 years. They got Michael Cohen on there now, Michael Popak, all these high-ranking officials, that had, like Michael Popak. He's a great guy, great lawyer. Michael Cohen, awesome guy. He used to be, Donald Trump's fixer. Went to prison because Donald Trump decided to weaponize the Department of Justice and remanded him to prison, put him in solitary confinement because he refused to waive his first constitutional right for publishing his books, to be, critical of President Trump and what he was doing. And it's just it's a sad state of affair. Like us as Canadians up here, we're just standing in awe. We're all uniting together, giving Donald Trump the two finger salute. I will never give up my sovereignty to become the 51st state of America. Even though I love you, American people, you guys are my neighbors. My neighbors, my brothers and sisters, black and white, Chinese, Japanese, Native American, Ukrainian, Russian, doesn't matter. We all bleed red at the end of the day. But this tyrannical, bloviated, orange pumpkin spice Palpatine is out of control. He's way out of control, and we all see it up here in Canada. And I'm sure a lot of Americans down there, even MAGA voters, are coming out in droves right now, going to town halls and telling their elected representative that Elon Musk has got no business sticking his finger inside the Treasury.
Yeah. Well, they'll find out eventually.
Yeah. For a multi-billionaire like he is, and actually slashing all these federal government jobs and threatening them not to answer an email will be the downfall of them, is so tyrannical, and no heart, no shame.
It's
no
stupid
compassion.
too. It's very stupid. Anyone who understands how organizations run just knows that's a stupid thing to do in general. Like a stupid, yeah.
It's unbelievable. It just goes to show you that people with money and power don't give no shit. They don't give a shit to the average.
All right, I'm going to challenge the viewers right now. Viewers right now who support Trump, call in. Call the number you see. Call the number. We can have a chat, okay? People call back in. I'll take your call right away. Whoever calls in next, I'll take your call. All you guys in chat saying stuff about liberals. All right, let's have a conversation about how the world works. We can talk about how the world goes around, if you believe the world is round.
Well, I think at the end of the day, good will conquer over evil for sure. It always does. Always does. even if the world has to reset itself. And we all see the writing on the wall. I mean, Trump is one Putin's puppet right now, and he's just a
Yeah, let's hope it's
transactional
not too bad.
tyrannical.
All right, well, look forward to this. I'm going to see if this guy's a Trump caller real quick.
Call from
James.
Hello.
Jolah?
Howdy.
How's it going?
Going all right. How are you?
Oh, pretty well. I want to talk about Trump and freedom of speech, if possible.
What about it?
Are you an advocate for freedom of speech?
Yeah.
Explain.
I'm not a free speech absolutist, so I think there's limits as far as inciting violence and things like that. But as far as free speech goes, when it comes to the government not controlling media agencies or the government not policing speech, that is just opinion and having opposing views to the government, then yeah, I'm definitely against that.
What about people like in your chat? Like, do you police them?
The mods do.
The mods do. Do you pay the
Yeah,
mods?
blame the
How does that work?
mods. No, the mods all volunteer because they love it. They love the chat. Yeah, they love the chat. But what about it? Are you banned from chat?
Hey, Jolah.
Oh, did that guy hang up? That's fine. I was talking to a Trumper. He must have hung up.
What was that?
I was talking to a Trumper. He must have hung up. A Trumper just called.
Oh, did he?
I switched over for a second. He hung up already. Why did he hang up already?
He had no receipts. That's why he hung up. Listen, I wanted to come back to the Midas Touch Network. I don't know if you've been following them, but they have flight logs from the Epstein files, clearly showing Donald Trump was on this plane several times, hung out with the guy, called him his best friend, was caught on, actually went on the Howard Stern show and said, yeah, Epstein was a great guy, hanging around with young girls, liked them on the younger side.
Yeah.
Went down to Epstein's Island a couple of times. Actually, Pam Bondi's releasing the files tomorrow. And I'll bet $1,000 right now that tomorrow the Epstein files will be so farly redacted they won't release anything to compromise the president. You know that, right? We all see it. We all know it. But here's another fact. While Trump was campaigning, while his plane was being repaired, the plane he was flying around in was actually
Epstein's old
Jeffrey Epstein's. How ironic, right? You can't make this shit up, I guess. I guess you can. They made 10 Star Wars, didn't they?
They're friends. They're all friends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an evil circle. And I don't know how he's got the balls to go on national television and tell the American people when Ghislaine Maxwell was sent to prison.
Oh yeah, best of luck to her. Okay, I'm getting a call from a very fun number, so I'm gonna see if this is another Trump guy. You can hold if you want in between calls.
Yeah, no worries.
Call from
Cenk Away Services.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Yo, so what are your thoughts? I've been on Twitter recently, and I've been seeing the new green card coming out, the gold card. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I've talked to a few buddies of mine. We've had a little bit of a debate.
I think it opens the door for really corrupt people to come over. So like, they talked about Russian oligarchs and like Chinese spies and stuff. I guess it depends if there's a vetting process. It's really weird to me, because I feel like if you're worth enough money where you can afford a $5 million card, you're going to easily get citizenship here. It's not like hard to get citizenship if you're super rich. So I don't know how it functions. I don't know how it works.
I mean, it's all just, I guess, kind of, it's not, hasn't been passed through legislation or anything, but it's still just up there in the air. But I kind of think it's a way for them to bring down national debt. I don't know if you heard of him trying to remove the whole IRS thing, Internal Revenue Service, and just raise the tariffs for everybody else. But I think he's trying to give a reason for people with businesses, people that already have money, to come in and bring their businesses here, and that way they get that in revenue, I guess. I'm not too
We
sure.
already do that though. We already
contradicts.
encourage companies to come to America. We already do a lot of like subsidies. We do a lot of different business deals, trade deals, all that kind of stuff. And when it comes to like a gold card and attracting people, like that's already available. And also, I would say tariffs are import taxes, so those are like those are done internally. We pay those as duty fees when you like as an American consumer. That's a tax on Americans. You don't tax companies, or I mean, sorry, you don't tax countries.
I thought you would
So
tax people. I thought you'd be taxing the companies importing them into here.
no, there's like a tariff sheet that you sign, and when you sign for it, you would pay the duty fee on that, unless if the price was all inclusive. But typically, when you're like an importer, if you're a business or something, it'll be called like a tariff sheet or something like that. Someone in chat can correct me. But yeah, it's technically it's an import not chat. It's an import tax when you import something, like a sales tax.
But what about those? What about those companies bringing in products? I mean, we can just talk about the auto industry. You'd be telling me that dealers here in the U.S. are paying for those tariffs?
Yeah, so Trump might give exemptions to some companies, but if he does do the tariffs, he's been going back on a lot of them. That's why tariffs actually resulted in less overall manufacturing jobs in his first term, because they did pay for a lot of the tariffs, and the input costs from the tariffs actually made them lay off more workers than it made them actually move industry.
To save
that
on those
was like
costs,
that was
right?
really targeted tariffs.
But that's mainly just to save on the costs of the tariffs that they're already, just to get their margin back, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but the tariffs raising the cost and having less American jobs, I feel like that defeats the purpose of the tariffs in general. If you're just going to be taxing American companies and increasing how much like the production costs it is. I mean, even if you make a product that's not like that's made in the U.S., you might need materials from around the world, right? So every material you get from these countries, if it's across the board tariffs, would be under that tariff system.
Gotcha. I mean, you definitely raised my attention to a few things I'm going to do some research on. Off topic, but what are your thoughts on crypto, like Bitcoin and all that shit?
I think it's a way to. I mean, right now it seems like a scam empire. Especially with Solana and Trump doing a rug pull and Melania coin a rug pull.
Well, definitely the meme coins, the Trump coins, Melania coins, all that bullshit.
Yeah, the president doing that alone kind of, I think, makes the entire crypto thing look really bad. And also, I feel like it undermines the American dollar, which I don't like very much. I feel like it's been undermining the American dollar, and it's been favoring BRICS nations, which are trying to undermine the American dollar, and that crypto is kind of playing a role, pushing us in the wrong direction on that.
What about specifically just Bitcoin as the main thing? Do you think that's a negative for society, for the U.S. dollar, all of that? I mean, obviously for the U.S. dollar, because I'd say it's a better alternative. Just because
yeah, I mean, people use it for sex trafficking. They use
around.
it for drug transactions. They use it for dark money and politics. So not being able to track all of it in some of these wallets actually makes it a lot harder to. There is no regulation,
Well,
so
it's
there's a lot
completely
more
open
potential for
source. You
corruption.
can track all of it. I think what you're referring to is back like maybe 2010, 2011, like up until like 2015, when it was a little bit newer, I'd say. That's when they had the whole fucking Silk Road thing and all of that. But I wouldn't really say it's being used for that as of now.
There are ways to, I mean, you would have to have a way to manage it at the public level to track every transaction. So it is used for a lot of illegal substances, especially, I mean, illegal services, especially if we're not going to be regulating it in any way. I mean, hypothetically, it can be tracked, but unless if you have someone monitoring every crypto wallet, it's very hard to track that. But they're pushing for zero regulations on it, which inherently makes it, I mean, even our current system would be prone to being used for sex trafficking if we did not regulate it. So the same issues would apply.
I suppose. But going into crypto and the government, what do you think about a Bitcoin strategic reserve, as Senator Lamar has been trying to push forward?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to talk about healthcare and stuff.
Oh, mainly just like the health side of things. And I gotcha. Well, I think it's a pretty interesting thing you got going on YouTube. I just came across it randomly. Figured I'd give you
No,
a call.
they're looking to slash Medicaid right now, which helps a lot of poor kids and people with disabilities. So that's one of the main topics I've been thinking about. Like the Bitcoin Wealth Fund isn't really on the top of my brain lately, but I do appreciate the questions.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Well, you stay safe. Hope you got a few more goals.
All right, thank you too, man. Have a good one.
All right, I'll see you.
Why am I not getting sound effects from this anymore? Nice.
Hi, Jolah. This is Barbara. Trying to find out.
058. Punkasses call me back.
What?
Don't have to
Hello?
subscribe. Like in the year 2020.
Hey, buddy. You need to really read some economic books. Mostly F.A. Hayek. Ever heard of a third-party bureaucracy? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Call
Brian.
from
Brian.
Hello?
Hey, you there?
Yep, you're on. What's up?
you're on. Well, I'm watching your live. I just came across it not too long ago, so I just might as well hit you up. I'm Republican, and I say Elon Musk is a fucking joke. He's a fucking Nazi. He's a fucking pedophile, just like anybody else who's ever stepped into office. I want to know what are the topics that you want to talk about, because I'm clueless.
Well, I would definitely not say, and I hear my echo in the background. I can shut the stream off by chance.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries. I would definitely say that the argument that every single politician is the same is definitely not true. We have really clear ways to measure this. I do think all politicians are tools for sure, and politicians want power, but different politicians play different roles, and I always tell people to vote for politicians who are incentivized to do policies that are better. And we could walk through a few of those, but there definitely is a key difference between political parties, between different politicians. There are very key differences that can really change a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, in a way, I agree. I believe if people quit being faggots and niggers, they can quit, voting for the people that they don't agree with, There.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your scene in Finding? What's your favorite scene in
Want me to clap for
Finding
you?
Nemo?
Want me to clap
Amen.
for you?
Huh?
Do you have issues with women? Do you have women issues?
Dog, I'm trans.
Do you have women issues?
I got what?
Do you have women issues? Like what issues talking to women?
Oh no, I do not.
Okay, that's good.
Well, maybe actually, there was this librarian I really didn't like. I had a problem talking to her,
Hello?
Hi, this is Jolah Talks Politics. What's up?
What's up? Came across your feed. Saw you talking about Trump and all his nonsense. Just wanted to get an idea of how you think the Democrats are handling things. It seems like they're not doing much.
Well, Democrats in the current budget negotiations, they tried blocking tax cuts for those making over $1 billion and those making over $100 million. They tried protecting Medicaid and protecting Social Security and Medicare. Republicans said screw you and still want to cut those programs and still want to cut the taxes for the ultra wealthy. Democrats are trying to make sure funding goes to help kids' healthcare, to help veteran services right now that the federal government is freezing. So Democrats are doing a lot of different things in government. I think their messaging strategies are bad, but when it comes to real government, they're doing a good job. But that's not what matters right now. People want entertainment. People want a show. So they're doing bad with messaging.
You think they'll ever get to a point where they can get that message out and actually help the people out?
Well, they do. I mean, they're doing things that are more beneficial for people than Republicans are. But I mean, as far as messaging goes, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are not going to do that. The current party leadership, so that needs to change. I hope eventually they learn how to message in the year 2025. I'm not going to hold my hopes. I'm just going to keep on trying to help people learn about policies and learn about the facts as much as possible. Because right now people believe the most bonkers shit imaginable. So.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Just one last question. So where do you think, given with all the misinformation and stuff, where do you think people should be going out to get the most legit form of information?
People need to take their time and think. Much of this information is publicly available. Republicans lied yesterday and said there were no taxes on tips and no taxes on Social Security included in the budget they passed. It was not in there. So, I mean, we could take time and talk to people and you know, Google what the budgets actually have in them, Google studies, or just like, I don't know, find someone that does Google studies. Don't trust people that focus on propaganda over facts if they focus on convincing you that they're correct by saying they have the truth. I have the truth. I am the truth teller. That usually is not someone you should trust.
All right. Appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one. You guys suck for content. Drop a like and subscribe. How you guys doing? We're just vibing right now. Please drop a like and subscribe. Please consider donating to Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, Jolah Politics. As you see on the screen, if you want to guarantee a call in, you can donate there. Put your phone number, your first name. Kind of dead tonight regardless. I put way too many posts on my channel today. RIP, bro. Tax cuts and billionaires and cuts to Medicaid. Just Google tax cuts to or Google cuts to Medicaid. You'll find a bunch of different sources. I said Democrats tried blocking it. They tried. Republicans denied it. But Democrats tried. Which is a lot nowadays. Hi, this is Jolah Talks Politics.
Yeah.
What's up?
I was trying to get a hold of the show.
Yep, you're on it
Am I
right
live?
now. You're live. You're live. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to know your opinion on like Trump and Zionism, how he's appointing a bunch of people to his cabinet who are extremely pro-Israel.
I think the big issue right now is Judeo-Christian views of supremacy that puts white Christians and white Jewish people above other races and nationalities. That's the biggest threat right now. That's why Donald Trump is making the White House Faith Office focus on Christianity and Judaism, and all the task forces to prevent discrimination are only there to protect Christians and Jewish people. So I don't really comment on the Zionism portion, but I do comment definitely the Judeo-Christian takeover of the U.S. government and Christian nationalism, along with whatever, I guess Zionism is Jewish nationalism in a sense. But yeah, they're kind of joining forces right now. So yeah, especially with Palestine, they seem to share a lot of similar ambitions for sure.
Have you heard of the Schofield Bible? Are you familiar with that?
No.
Could I explain it to you real quick?
If it's not weird.
Oh, it's not. It's just basically in the mid 1900s, there was a new revised version of the Bible that was sponsored by the Rockefellers, and it basically changed verses in the Bible to state that if you are a Christian, that you have to support Israel or you will be cursed.
That's interesting. I mean, isn't there enough information in the Bible that says, and thank you so much for the donation, that put a smile on my face, who initials PB, thank you for the donation, who just donated on Cash App. $10, thank you so much, really appreciate that. Definitely really helps support the stuff I do. Talking every night, doing these phone calls is amazing. So when talking about this conversation, there's enough fundamentalism where we don't even need what you just said. But I just Googled it, and I could see, I can see the influences here. Wait, let me see. Evangelical churches, literal interpretation of prophetic scriptures, and a clear distinction between Israel and the church. Interesting.
It was just something I was just trying to pick your brain on that, because that's one of my biggest. I voted for Trump, and that's one of my biggest issues with what he's doing right now. Is it seems like it's Israel first and not America first, and they say they're getting rid of U.S. aid, but we're still giving money to a couple countries, one including Israel.
We took away all the good parts of USA, we kept the bad parts.
Yeah.
And also like we're joining Israel, Saudi Arabia, China, and Russia for some reason instead of the EU and Canada. Now they're the enemies globally, which is weird. I thought they were gonna pull funding from Ukraine, but I did not think they were actually actively gonna like spread Russia's message there.
Yeah, I don't know what do you think are, because honestly, we can't vote our way out of this. I mean, what is it? Does everybody just have to get mad enough and stand up and talk to the representatives? I mean, how do we get beyond this? Because a lot of people thought Trump was going to bring good change to America. Obviously, Kamala wasn't a good pick, but Trump obviously isn't putting America first, like he was saying.
Well, yeah, I would also agree Kamala's not a good pick, but I would also say that Trump is probably one of the worst picks. I think he's kind of, and this is the hard part though, because he's proving the resistance of liberals right that said like Russia, 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 with the way he's acting right now. I know a lot of Democrats support like Israel, but Russia and China are totally just a completely different conversation. It's going to take Republican politicians seeing Republicans change their minds. They rule propaganda. They rule what people believe. Until they feel like they're losing control of the narrative, they're not going to feel threatened. If they have everyone's perception, they control the reality. So what do? We try to bring it back to the reality as much as possible. If they want to slash Medicaid, give more tax cuts to Elon Musk, we have to call that out as much as possible. They want to take from the working class, give to the rich. They want to take from the working class, lie to us, say they're going to cut the Pentagon funding and then increase it by $100 billion, increase our deficit by $2 trillion a year to do tax cuts. It's freaking insane. And meanwhile, we're cutting more taxes for like 4 corporations than we gave to Ukraine in total funding this entire process. And it's like we can't justify that aid, which is the defensive war that we were supporting, a defensive initiative by Ukraine, but we can justify giving a huge tax cut to Amazon. It just does not align at all with America, with freedom globally. Everything we're doing is just I do think Trump does want that ultimate power. There's a reason he if you've noticed his speech around Canada, it's very angry, or about Mexico, angry, Greenland, angry, Denmark, angry, EU, angry.
He just says a lot
then
of BS.
Russia.
I mean, honestly,
I'm just saying, but listen
Canada.
to. Just pay attention though when he talks about Canada versus when he talks about China and Russia. Just pay really close attention to the language he decides to shift to when he talks about Putin and China. He uses by far more offensive words for Canada than he does Russia, and he called Zelensky a dictator. They said to him, okay, is Putin also a dictator? He refused to say that. He said Putin is not a dictator, but Zelensky is. And I can answer questions on that if you have a question. Because there's the martial law thing. I can ask if you what do you think about that? The martial law thing that Trump says that they don't have elections in Ukraine.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. Zelensky's been in power for a long time, but like you're saying, Putin's also been in power for a long time. So neither of them are, I don't believe that either of them are purely that they're good in their leadership.
Well, that's why I wanted to
And
get here real
Ukraine is
quick.
definitely not a democracy.
Well, that's why I wanted to get here real quick because to this point, because Trump does muddy the water a lot here. So Ukraine had a revolution in 2014. There were protests for months and months and months. I know they want to blame America, blame a bunch of other countries, but the people in Ukraine wanted to disconnect from Russia, which makes sense. You get thrown off of skyscrapers if you disagree with the government there. No one wants to live under that. They want to go to the West. They want a more westernized democracy in Ukraine. So there's a revolution in 2014. Any corrupt nature, any corruption in Ukraine comes from Russia. And right now, Zelensky, he has opened the world up. He wants Ukraine to be open to all the journalists of the world. He wants it to be completely transparent. The martial law, and Putin's been president for 30-something years in an undemocratic fashion where he somehow wins 95% of every vote. That's not even a real vote because they just killed our opposition. But in Ukraine, this is what Trump leaves out, is the opposition party in Ukraine, the party that hates Zelensky. That party is going on media and making sure they tell everyone, like, hey, this is a bipartisan thing. Our Constitution says, or their government says, their law says, if we're in wartime, martial law will be extended. And it's a bipartisan effort to keep Zelensky in office. There's people who want Zelensky out terribly in Ukraine, but they agree to keep him in power now because they're fighting for the survival of their country. And the fact that Trump won't even call Putin a dictator, but he's calling Zelensky a dictator when Zelensky is not at all. He's in there still through democratic means.
Would you agree that both sides, Ukraine and Russia, have their own propaganda?
I mean, every single country everywhere has propaganda, but the nuance of it says that Russia is one of the most violent dictatorships in human history. That's what I would probably say to that. And like I said, Ukraine needs to use some propaganda. Do you think propaganda is always negative, by the way?
Well, it's not negative in definition, but it's mostly used to manipulate, and manipulation isn't always bad, but typically propaganda is used to control the masses, but it's not it's not always a bad thing, but I'd say majority of the time it's not a good thing.
So if it has a negative connotation, but I would say if Russia illegally invaded Ukraine, they have committed so many war crimes, they have killed, raped, they have done every terrible thing ever. I would say for that situation, Russian propaganda is now telling Americans, and Trump's repeating it, saying that it's Ukraine's fault that they got into the war. We could talk about that if you want, but that's not true in any sense. If Russia never invaded, there would be no war.
Ukraine also they've had their own issues, with killing people. I mean, it's not like just Russia's the bad guy.
No, but in this situation, Russia is by far the bad guy. Yes, they are. Like in this situation, they are by far the bad guy. It's like talking about someone hitting you on the arm and another guy shooting you in the head. Like it's just not. I mean, you could say they both did bad things, or like there's corruption in both scenarios. But like Putin is a ruthless, bloody. He's in the conversation with Hitler. We just don't know it because like what he's actually done. Look up what he's done. Hitler has done some of the most despicable acts of any human being in human history. But the thing is, the propaganda thing, if Russia's going to send propaganda out that says like their invasion is justified, it's Ukraine's fault, then Ukraine needs to give counter propaganda, just like we need to give counter propaganda to like communism, right?
Right. The not a counterpoint, but a thing I would add on to that is that, it's the situation you're describing with Russia and Ukraine is almost how I feel the Israel versus Palestine situation in Gaza. It's like, Palestine threw a rock and then Israel responded with, carpet bombing everything. And
it's even worse though, because Ukraine did not want to fight at all. Ukraine was not doing anything. Before Putin invaded, Ukraine was begging for negotiations. Like Zelensky's on video before they invaded begging for negotiations because they knew what this war entailed. But Russia said, Ukraine's not a real country, we're going to take Ukraine. So I would say, and as far as it's terrible war crimes and it's a smaller, population of people who are very disarmed, being abused by a larger population, that's definitely, there's definitely parallels in that sense. I mean, it's a lot more complicated for both sides. But obviously, they both have their own very, 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 very distinct nuances. But it seems like in America right now, with Trump taking office, we're taking the side of both Israel and we're taking the side of both Israel and Russia. But like, did you see the AI video Trump shared?
No. What are you talking about?
He shared an AI video calling it Trump Gaza, where The U.S. buys
Oh, God.
Gaza, forces everyone out of Gaza. We build a giant golden Trump statue that looks like the golden statue of like Moses or whatever. And then in that same video, we build casinos. So,
Yeah,
you
and
know, the
hotels.
ambitions
Yeah,
are
yeah.
to just like when I talk about like Christianity and Christian Judeo-Christian values or whatever, the idea that we would purchase, like read the words of Jesus, we're gonna purchase the Holy Land and make it into hotels, casinos, and strip clubs. That is
Yeah, no, I'm completely
that's the
against all.
most
Yeah,
like
no,
yeah, that's like the most
that's what I was
antichrist
bringing up.
thing I could think of. That's the most antichrist thing ever I could even like imagine someone doing when it comes to like Christian scripture.
Well, I think Jolah, we agree on more than we disagree. The only last question, I'll let you go. The last question I had is because it seemed like you were referring earlier. You were insinuating that we need to vote Democrat to get out of this. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that we need to put our differences aside, and I mean, I vote for people I don't like. I vote for Democrats I don't like. I vote for Republicans I don't like. I'm saying we need to vote for whatever person can take a Republican congressperson out of their seat. We need to vote for them. I don't care if they have polka dot hair, blue-haired, feminism, trans, gay, you know, whatever social justice Olympics you can do. We need to vote for whoever that person is to destabilize the current force in power. And I'd say even if you're a conservative, what's happening right now is not conservatism. This is not a republic. This is less than a republic. This is we're leaning into fascism, and we're supporting countries that, like, we're literally saying at CPAC, Trump is the living constitution. Trump is above all laws. Trump should be king. If you go against Trump, you're going against God. When that happens, bro, in America, we fought way too hard. Our founding fathers fought way too hard to get away from kings, to give it up like this to a friggin' baby lotioned hand, probably baby oil hands at Diddy parties. But like baby lotion, tiny little hands, like giving up to him is crazy.
You're pointing a big finger at Trump, though, but it's beyond him, man. Because Biden, he's doing the same stuff basically. The Biden administration was doing.
We can go through issue
scale.
by issue if you want. I mean, we can go through issue by issue. I guarantee you, it's not in the same ballpark. We've never had a president defy court orders before, like Trump is doing right now, and just defying checks and balances.
Well, I disagree with you a little bit on there, but yeah, definitely.
Are you going to bring up the Biden student loan thing?
No, I wasn't going to bring that up. No.
Is there another court order that Biden violated?
Not specifically that I can bring up right now, but he did overextend his reach like almost every president does.
I mean, okay, but overextending your reach by like pushing legal boundaries is very different from like bypassing Congress's power of oversight and power of the purse, and also just like ignoring court orders is breaking the Constitution and declaring yourself king above all laws. Saying that Trump should not be bounded by any checks and balances. I've never heard a president say that.
I don't think anybody's ever stated. I mean, Trump's pretty extreme, but I've never heard him state that.
Oh, J.D. Vance has said it. Hegseth has leaned into it. Jack Posobiec, whatever his name is, has said it. The AG, the lead legal person in D.C. said it as well. Pam Bondi said it. Yeah, they all think that Trump should have like a unitary executive theory. That's what that Project 2025 stuff was all about, that Trump lied about not being associated with. But I mean, I could recommend, if you look up like Trump court orders, like even right now, there's a funding freeze that he was ordered to stop by midnight tonight. And I guarantee you they're going to ignore the court orders because they have signaled that they're going to. I think Trump said that as well. So you may not have seen it. But yeah, he's directly violating court orders. I've never seen this before. I don't think any of us have since like Nixon.
Okay. Can I just ask, because I'm really interested. You definitely have a lot of knowledge about these topics. So where do you get most of your information from?
So when I look at information, I don't look at it just in terms of CNN, MSNBC, ABC, Twitter, ChatGPT, Wikipedia. I always look at who's reporting it, also where are they getting this information from, what proof do they have, how is that information verified. So like those stages are definitely difficult, but that complexity is what things like Doge are really running away with. because they know people don't have the time in their day to look through government budgets. So they're kind of lying about a lot of stuff they're doing, just directly. Like even right now, the budget that was passed last night, Republican politicians are literally saying this, and it all came out at the same time last night from the propaganda channels. Every Republican politician said that the budget framework that passed last night had no taxes for tips or Social Security included in the budget. That was not in the budget anywhere, but Republican politicians are repeating it over and over and over again, just willing to lie. So even something like that, you could just literally look up the bill. Or like Ukraine funding. Like Trump says we gave $400 billion to Ukraine. The EU didn't give enough. The EU gave more money than we did. And we could look at the bills that Congress passed with Ukraine funding, but no one wants to do that kind of like no one wants to look up those bills and look at the exact funding. And I think the media does us a disservice because they don't show people how to find the information, and they don't find the information correctly. They do commentary off of it instead.
That's all I'm asking. Like, do you go and look up the bills specifically? Like where you find the information? That's all I'm asking.
Typically, like AP will report something, and if you look at the AP article at the bottom, they'll link to where they got the information from. So if the AP says we did a fact check, the U.S. has spent this much money on Ukraine funding, I'll go to the bottom of the article. It'll have a link that says, U.S. discretion or like U.S. spending for Ukraine funding. Let me see if I can find an example. Found an example. Okay, so like on AP, if I pull up an AP article, I go on here. It says, after years of firm support, 10 days upended the U.S. approach to Ukraine. And I consider AP to be pretty reliable. I know Trump does not. So they have links all throughout their post linking to other articles, which also have other sources. You can keep on going deeper into the sources. Pictures captured from the war in Ukraine. You can go through stories connecting to stories from Moscow, because AP reports globally, and in all of these different areas you can go to the source, find other links to get closer to the source. Trump told reporters something. How do we know that? We clicked on the source. There's a play button. After the ad we can find a video of it. So yeah, there's links connecting us all throughout the internet, so we could find out where this stuff is. But it does take a little bit of work to go through the articles and make sure you can find the sources. And usually I would also say, for just the smell test, if there's a website that says we are truth, net, patriot, USA, God.com, usually that shit is crazy. But also I'd say this as well. If someone has to tell you that they have common sense or tell you that they have the truth, I usually don't trust them, because in my mind, if you have the truth and you have common sense, you're just going to prove it through what you say. You're not just going to say you have the truth over and over again.
That is pretty crazy. Trump named his social media site Truth Social.
Exactly. Yeah, because they need to tell you it's the truth, because it's not the actual yeah, exactly. They need to if they spend more time convincing you that they are not lying, or convincing you that they know the truth, versus actually convincing you of the fact, you have to be wary of them for sure.
Well, Jolah, I disagree with you on voting in whoever's just going to disrupt the establishment, because that's what we got with Trump. We thought, Trump was going to disrupt the establishment, and I don't think blue-haired, whatever.
Well, okay, even this, I have an idea as well. Okay, so there's a couple Republicans in swing districts. If you find Republican House members nearby, you don't even need to talk about Democrats at all, because we have primaries, right? So you can literally go in right now, find some Republicans that had close primary races, and you can go attack the shit out of them. No, not physically, obviously, but with messaging, social media. Go outside their office, put a sign up that says this person's pro-Russia or genociding Palestine or whatever you want to say. Or they're going to cut Medicaid and give all the money to the rich because they don't care about the working class. Go attack that Republican. Get a different Republican in the primary. If you can successfully, if Republicans who realize this shit is messed up can get different Republicans to run, we don't even need to worry about this. You don't even need to worry about a Democrat. I would say do that fight first, and then if all else fails, if Trump is trying to bypass the Constitution, at that point I would say that whoever is in position to get power away from him, unless, obviously there's some scenarios where it's this person is literally an evil person, but in most scenarios, and I'll probably do this when races get closer and make my own choices for races that'll help and what races we should focus on. But yeah, once it comes to the end, it's really just are you pro-Constitution or anti-Constitution at that point?
Yeah. Well, it seems like you're saying, it's extremely hard, I think, on the left or the right to find anybody who's really pro-Constitution, not,
Well, okay, I
corrupt.
don't mean, okay, pro-Constitution can mean, like, we can debate the Constitution, okay? But the core foundation of why our government has lasted so long is checks and balances. So if you're pro just like the process, because you could argue, you can make court arguments in the judiciary, you can make arguments in the legislative branch, pass different laws, you can try to like get more presidential power in the executive. But if someone has the ability and put loyalists around them, okay, if they have the ability to kill our checks and balances, the co-equal branches of government, that is the key part. Even according to Antonin Scalia, a very conservative Supreme Court justice who died a few years ago. That is the key aspect of our government that allows freedom to prosper. So like you can disagree with certain things, say some things are like anti-Second Amendment or First Amendment, but at least it's done through a process, right? At least there's checks and balances. Obama did not actually take your guns. Biden did not actually take your guns. They did some regulation for sure, but we need to stand up for those checks and balances. Those are the core principles. When I say Constitution, the Bill of Rights is probably the least important part when it comes to maintaining freedom. Maintaining freedom is making sure we have no kings in America, making sure power is not consolidated in one area too much, I would say.
I don't mean to drag this on too long, but I can definitely agree that
These
we're
are good
taxed
conversations.
way too much. And our founding, I always say this, our founding fathers would be rolling over, with their flaws and everything, they would be rolling over in their graves if they saw how much money was taken from us out of our paychecks.
It's hard to say in the modern day because we do have roads and bridges and clean air and clean water and a regulated food supply that doesn't kill us and TVs that don't explode. I think we get a lot back that we don't really appreciate in terms of like total value and infrastructure, unless if you make a lot of like tons of money. But I mean, I agree we should cut taxes for middle and working class. But if you look at the Trump tax bill that they are trying to pass, it actually makes our taxes go up. And the only people that get tax cuts are the top 1%, if you look at the actual numbers from Trump's tax bill. So yeah, Trump is trying to make our taxes go higher to pay for the tax cuts for the top 1%. And also tariffs tax us. He keeps on saying it taxes other countries. It taxes Americans who import from those countries. So I'd be wary of that as well. Because, I mean, Kamala's big line and Biden was, we're not going to raise taxes for anyone making less than $400,000 is not going to have their taxes raised. I think I agree with that policy, but I think we need to raise taxes back to a reasonable level for the top 1% for these billionaires, because obviously they're buying our country from us. They're purchasing our freedom. They're instituting a surveillance state that watches our every move. We need to take their money and give it back to the people in some way and redistribute that power. It's not even a socialist thing. That's just pure.
I understand what you're saying, but if we raise prices on them, they're just going to raise prices on us, or raise taxes on them. They're just going to raise prices on us. That's,
there's other
trickle-down
areas.
economics.
No, trickle-down economics is saying that we're going to cut taxes for the rich and that money will trickle down to us.
Right,
but when we talk about like redistributing money, I'm talking about paying for. I'm not saying we're going to hand Americans checks. I'm saying we're going to pay for healthcare. We're going to pay for roads and bridges. We're going to pay for fundamental things that build our country.
Right, but we should already have, with the amount of taxes we spend, we should already have that.
We do have a lot of that. We don't. Americans pay a low tax rate compared to other countries that have better services. But I would just say we can do better services in America and tax the rich more and still lower our taxes. That's the thing I'm saying. We should tax the rich more.
What countries are we paying lower taxes then?
Every country that has universal health care, which is basically every other free country in the world. I mean,
some states it's almost 50%. So you're saying that, Canada's higher than 50%?
Yeah, but they also don't pay taxes for things like healthcare, or they don't pay premiums for things like healthcare. I mean, so like, wait, 50% is a little bit high too. I'd have to look at, like, if you make a lot of money, then you pay 50%, but you don't pay 50% if you make a reasonable amount of money. I do taxes as well in the bracket of like 40 to, I don't know, 40, 50, 80. I've done taxes between 30K and I've seen taxes at least up to 200 with my friends. I mean, I'm broke, but they're not. But yeah, I mean, that tax rate does not seem very realistic. But anyways, we could have better services in this country, but we're giving, like I said, we're giving huge tax cuts to these ultra wealthy corporations. Meanwhile, our people are dying. They talk about like cutting Ukraine funding to help people back at home. Then meanwhile, you bring the money back home. They say, screw you, poor kids. We're gonna give it to we're gonna give it to Amazon and Jeff Bezos and Musk. It's just a big conflict of interest.
Yeah, I agree with you on all of that, man. It's seems like the
Would
whole
you vote for
system is
Would you vote
backwards.
for a Bernie Sanders type politician?
Yeah, if it's the old Bernie Sanders,
What's the old Bernie Sanders?
like Bernie Sanders 10 years ago.
Like, cause he's younger, or
No, I mean just his policies, his viewpoints. It seems like he's really shifted more towards slightly not huge warmongering, but slightly warmongering, and
for what
not
policies?
really about like Ukraine and other stuff. Like.
Well, I think it's good
Trying
to
to
fund
say we always
Ukraine.
gotta
Like,
be-
I'm someone who's anti getting into unnecessary conflicts, but I think like giving funding to Ukraine, which does not involve U.S. troops, we funded a very small amount that was not really felt by the American taxpayers. I mean, I think it's the least we can do to support freedom globally. If there ever was a just cause, providing defense for a country that we made a defense deal with, that we would help provide them aid. I think that's probably the most just funding we could possibly do. And Bernie voted against Iraq, Afghanistan, and Israel. But I think Ukraine is just very justified.
All right. Maybe I'm not as educated on that.
Well, call into
there
the
is,
show.
like
Stay
you said,
around the
there's a lot
channel.
of propaganda around that.
Stay around the channel. I like the way you're thinking. Okay, we need more people to be open to these conversations and open to, cult members are scary regardless of what you believe in. So I mean, it's good to talk to someone who voted Trump, who has like differing viewpoints. But I could tell you're working through it in your head, because usually when I talk to people, they're just like, oh my dude. Some people I talk to, they're like, well, Putin is a freedom fighter. It's like, okay, calm down. People have some
Politics has
crazy.
become kind of a religion for a lot of people.
Yeah, sure.
On the left and the right, but definitely with like Trump, they put him up as this messiah coming, like you're saying, like a God's chosen
Jesus
leader.
They literally do say that. But yeah, the Judeo. I heard a rant the other day about Judeo-Christian values, and someone said about how we need to protect America for only the Jewish and Christian whites. And it is a really weird combination of Christian nationalism, white nationalism, Zionism. Like, it's all coming together in the U.S. But it's the white Christians and white Jewish people, or I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that. I don't want to say white Jewish people. Oh, or even white Christians. It's the nationalists. It's the authoritarians coming together, perverting these religions. Okay, perverting these religions in a way that they were not meant to be followed, in order to be to divide and conquer the population. And they do want to take freedoms away from groups that disagree with them, which is scary. And I think all of us need to be there if the time comes where they come for our neighbors. Okay, whether they're gay, trans, black, brown, white, Christian, atheist, Muslim, whatever. I just think as Americans, we need to be against that basic principle of kings. Okay, we do not want kings. We do not want ultimate power and one authority. We do not support cults that want kings either, or that want supreme leaders, and we want to push against that as much as possible. So that's all I ask for people. If that time does come, that we all come together as neighbors.
Yeah, I hope for that, man. Really, we need more unity, and this propaganda on both sides has been really dividing us for a long time.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you for calling in. Like I said, stay around the channel. If you use a app called Discord, I also have a Discord server. We have a lot of conversations in there all the time. After my streams, we usually get in there and chat as well. The link to join my Discord, it's just a bunch of text chats, is underneath my YouTube videos typically, and Ahmad usually posts the join link in chat sometimes as well. But yeah, thank you so much for the call. This is a really good conversation. This is the best conversation I've had with someone who voted Trump all week, definitely. So really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was really refreshing to talk to you, man. Good luck with your channel, and I'll look up your Discord.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Finally a good freaking call, bro. Finally a good call. Holy shit. I'm going to hang it up right now. Oh my god. Bro, I needed a boost. Bro. The calls the past few days have been horrid. Holy shit. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, I'm gonna go crazy. Finally a call. Oh my god, finally a decent call. Oh, it's been forever. Drop some oxys in chat. Drop some oxys in chat, guys. Please drop a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Channel memberships are $3 a month through YouTube. You can press join on my channel. You can press join on my channel. It's $3, like I said. Oh, look at all the oxys. So cute. $3 a month for memberships. It really helps independent media. Helps me continue to do this. Also, I did get some donations through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. If you donate through the coffee link, it's a text-to-speech. It says it out loud. But yeah, Jolah Politics on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. If you want to guarantee a call into the show, guarantee a call, okay? You can send $10 with your first name and your phone number. All right, $10 with your first name and your phone number to one of those apps. If not, it is my birthday week. Okay, and if you donate through Coffee, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, it goes right to me. So if you want to send me happy birthday gifts, you know, like a good $20 bucks, $25,000, dude, $25,000, pay off my student loans, bro. I mean, my student loans are like $100,000, but pay off 1/4 of my student loans, send me $25K. If anyone's rich, bro, you could, dude, I'll sell out. I will sell out for cheap. Listen, Kash Patel, when you come to my house to raid me and find my communist propaganda, although I'm not a communist, although I'm a Republican like you, remember, I'm easily bought out. You can pay me. I will switch positions. Okay, I got a voicemail.
I forgot one more thing. I don't give a fuck if I'm bothering you or not, but my heart really does go out to you. It does.
Thank you. Thank you.
It goes out to you. Not in the way you want it to go out, but it goes out
Crap.
to you. Believe me, it really goes out to you. I know you think this is a waste of time listening to this shit. I doubt if you even listen to this because you know that I'm fucking talking shit. But my heart goes out to you.
Bro, this guy took out like a minute. I'm sure he did this more than once. To leave me a voicemail. And he's like, I don't think you're ever going to listen to this, but he still sent it. He still put that work in to send this. These are the fans I need. Thank you, buddy.
Fuck you.
Yes, exactly.
Or, I don't know. You're probably in China somewhere fucking trying to copy our shit.
Yeah. That's
Fuck
true.
you, non-American queer.
Wow.
I don't like people like you. I really wish you would come and talk shit. Like, and you can't even define what a woman is. That's the crazy thing too. Like, that's one of the shit. Like, just
Classic.
That shouldn't even be a party. If you're really that dumb.
Thank you, MP. Thank you, MP, for saying happy birthday. Thank you, MP, for the donation. That's so nice. Thank you,
Why
MP.
the fuck are you even trying to argue? Like, what the fuck? I literally destroy y'all's entire fucking belief system. It is crazy. It's like, it's crazy. But my heart goes out to you in the Elon way. Hell yay.
My heart goes out to you in the Elon way. So he's a Nazi. That's cool. Nazis are pretty based in the year 2026, 2025. Nice. Thank you, Jordan, for $5. Man, all these Trump sexuals aren't turtle enough for the Turtle Club. Also, Tonight with Kyle brings up great points. He's down in the trenches. Get $2. Trump supporter here, and I still watch the stream. $2. What do you think about Trump and Zionism? I assume that's that guy that called in. Thanks for the call. I think. Shut up.
Call from
Barry.
Oh no.
to
Barry?
accept, press 1.
Barry? Is this Barry?
This is Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Hey, so I tuned in. I caught half of the last call, and you guys just moved off something about the Israel-Palestine conflict, and I was wondering what you thought about that.
Are you undercover?
I didn't catch your actual opinion on it.
You're undercover. So like Palestine, what Trump wants to do is really bad.
And what is his position on it?
He wants to.
What do you believe his position to be?
He wants to steal the Gaza Strip and turn it into a casino empire, like Dubai.
All right, that'd be kind of sick, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, bro. So sick. So cool.
I personally believe that we should just nuke and glass out all the desert monkeys and sand niggers all at once, but...
Oh, yeah? Would that make you feel better, honey?
Man, I like it when you talk dirty to me.
Yeah? Bye. You just gotta let them say it. They get too happy if you give them a reaction, bro. They get way too happy if you give them a reaction. Like, they live for liberal tears. Like, nice, bro. Good job.
I want to talk about employment, unemployment. So if you want to talk about those topics, call me back.
Okay.
Jolah, I've been trying to call for like a week, bro. I'm from the Bronx. My name is Matthew. I'm trying to get on, have a conversation with you, bro. I ain't got $10 in this economy, but shit, I want to talk.
Respect.
It's me again, and, you know, I just can't, like, this drive of, like, dopamine keeps coming back to me to keep coming back to talk shit because there's really no other way to have a civil conversation with libtards like you, so that's one of the reasons why I just burst.
This guy left, like, 4 3-minute voicemails, bro.
It's because no matter what I say, it's not going to change that you don't like this country.
Whoa.
Anytime I've tried to have a civil...
I love this country, dumbass. Thank you so much for $1.50 cake slice. Thank you for $10, Corey. Happy birthday week, and have 100K in student loans too. Life is tough. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, anytime I've had to try to have a civil conversation with a normal person, it's like you. I mean, you're not normal, but you know. Anytime I tried to, it would always end in like, you know, liberal always has to be right. They don't have any they're not open-minded. I've tried to be open-minded, but, you know, it doesn't.
Someone said how many criminal things did Trump do before he was president? Dude, he had multiple civil lawsuits. He did a lot of fraud in general. When you do fraud as president, there's a chance it can increase to criminal charges, especially when you try to overturn elections and you defraud campaign funds.
Call from.
Really, as always.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, maybe these civil investigations that Trump did before when he screwed people over, if you screw people over as president, and part of that is trying to overturn elections and lying and obstructing justice and a bunch of other stuff, of course it's going to be a little bit more high level and probably be more criminal cases or whatever. Like, of course, it just makes sense, right? Did he ever, like, do illegal things as president before being president? Like, no. I mean, he was not president before.
Call from.
Matthew.
Howdy.
Yo, Jolah, first of all, big fan. So happy to get through. I do think we might have something to disagree on. I am not a Trump supporter. I'm a leftist from the Bronx. Big ups to you and all that you do. Thanks for reading my voicemail, too. But I do have something that I want to get your take on, if you'd be willing to give me a second.
I'll give you many seconds, okay?
Pretty much, like, okay, so do you think that people, like, we should be doing as leftists what Trump is doing and Elon Musk is doing, but for good reasons? Like, if we get in power, should we just go in and just cancel all student debt and make things better for, like, working class people? And, like, just do, is this good, this kind of slash and burn kind of thing that they're doing, because it's becoming normalized, like radical change is becoming normalized to people. So now when hopefully all the Democrats and leftists get into power, we can do the same thing, but for good reasons? Or is that not the right way to go about it? I'm very disillusioned by voting change at this point. So I don't know. How do you feel about this?
No, I want to maintain a constitutional republic. I don't want to bypass like checks and balances or ignore court orders. That just leads to authoritarianism no matter what. We need to establish some type of system of governing, maybe something that moves a little bit quicker. So like, for example, like getting money out of politics is a huge thing. We should have so much public support for that it actually happens. We should have overwhelming public support to get this stuff done. But I don't think we should just like ignore court orders and stuff like that. I think we should be more ruthless and more aggressive for sure. And Democrats have been sleepwalking through elections, and somehow they still win a lot of elections. So if we can get a more, popular messaging style campaign going, then I think we can do a lot better than we've been doing. And by we, I mean I hate the leadership right now for Democrats is like they're trying to lose. Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are just like the weakest leaders I've ever seen in a big moment like this. It should be Maxwell Frost or AOC or any of these like younger politicians who actually have those intangible, like that skill. I don't think we need to do it through authoritarian means. If we politic right, if we do politics right, we should not need to. We should have enough people on our side, but like, I think we should be more ruthless with it. But it is going to be hard because we're going to have to do like Supreme Court reforms because like Medicare for all and all this kind of stuff is going to be struck down by the Supreme Court for sure. And Citizens United as well, money in politics, getting money out of politics. What if the Supreme Court just screws us over,
Okay, so how do we get people to like understand that because it's like, okay, this is the thing that gets me, right? It's like Republicans have been lied to for so long into thinking that they don't take any money from the federal government, into thinking that, only poor people are on welfare or minorities, into thinking like they don't need a welfare system. And it's like how do you reverse that at this point and get them to be like, okay, we're going to vote against, what was that thing that made corporations feel as the Citizens United? I forget. Or like the fairness doctrine back in the day with Ronald Reagan, how it's like, oh, you have to report news in the right way. Like, how are we going to get people to care about shit like that?
Whatever politician is in charge, and this is why charisma matters. Being a good speaker or being a good orator matters. You need a Bernie Sanders. You need a Bernie Sanders who's younger. Honestly, you need someone who's going to be so transformational with how people think that you change the entire culture. Like the New Deal FDR. That was less of a policy agenda and more of just like a cultural movement, because the big policies for like highways and EPA and a bunch of other huge projects in America to rebuild actually came, I would probably say, after the New Deal era. But the New Deal era taught people the importance of coming together and sharing our resources, and we do produce a lot of wealth in America. We should be using that for everyone. And those principles were completely ruined by the Reagan Revolution. And now we're having the pinnacle of the Reagan Revolution with Trump and the failure of liberalism. So we definitely do need something a lot better, but we do need, people don't need to know Citizens United. They just need to know this person is not taking huge money. This person is, I'm going to vote for the person who's taking less money. But there's also the doomer, there's the doomer perspective that we're just never going to get through it. And we're all just going to die in pain and be sad. So...
I don't believe that. I feel like people in this country are way too individualistic to ever think that. Because, like, bro, we got the 40-hour work week because of unions, not because of robber barons. They
don't know that.
I feel like
they
people
don't
are
know
going to
that.
remember that, though.
I hope
feel
so.
Like they're gonna,
That's another theory, right? That's another theory, is that Trump needs to really crash and burn to the point where we can radicalize people in the opposite direction. But will Democrats be willing to radicalize people in a good way to class consciousness? I don't think they will, but will AOC be transformational enough? Will these other senators and stuff that are not in leadership, will they be transformational enough? We'll have to see. But there will be a period of, like, a lot of Trump voters, the biggest person to get Trump votes was AOC, right? In New York, like Trump and AOC had a lot of crossover votes because people love the populist rhetoric. You don't need to be an anti-constitution, fascist, authoritarian dictator type like Trump to be like to use populist messaging. Barack Obama is the best example where effective messaging is effective messaging. It doesn't matter who you are or what you stand for. Effective messaging is going to work. So you need a person who has the right policies to also be the most charismatic person in the room, for sure.
Yeah, that person does exist. I wish they'd show their face like the real Slim Shady, stand up type shit, but like it's so just like dude, my grandpa, right? He's a member of the John Birch Society. He's an old school conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the kind of people that I grew up around, and it's made me so like I just wondering how to change someone's mind like that. You know what I mean? Like just having conversations with him, me losing my Medicaid and asking him like how he feels about that. The first thing he brings up is like, "Oh, the Constitution. As long as they're doing it by the Constitution, I don't really see a problem." I'm like, "Bro, your grandson. Do you even see me as a human being, bro? Like
No, they're so
it's
desensitized.
yeah, man. It's just that's why I'm saying I'm so disillusioned with voting change. I know that people respond to the populist message. I know people who voted for AOC down ballot and voted for Trump, like for the president. Like it's so to convince people that I feel like we need a food shortage or something. Like people need to be impacted in their material lives.
Well,
and
I will
hate
say
to
this as
that.
well. Okay, I'm gonna say something that really breaks the narrative. And by the way, thank you so much, Devin, for becoming a supporter tier member. $3 memberships, guys. You can press join on the channel. Thank you, Devin. Thank you. Thank you for $2, Jacob. Can we still get along if I support Trump? Maybe. A big thing is school board elections, state house elections, governor elections. Young people don't freaking vote. Young people and progressives don't vote in these elections that Republicans do turn out in. So Republicans own like 60% of state houses and 60% of the governor's mansions in America. And that means states set their own elections. If Democrats held those state houses and held those governor's mansions, if we held more school boards, if we held more city council, we have city councils usually, but if we had more of these like fundamental grassroots movements, if we had those things, this change would be a lot easier, and the election rules would benefit higher voter participation and more equitable voter participation. But these a lot of kids and progressives and like young people, I'm 24, so I'm also kids. I'm turning 25. I'm also in kids. We don't vote. We do not vote in these elections. If we did vote in these elections at the same rate that the old people do, we would take over the country. If young people can just like do it, we just need everyone to just do it and to show up. We will dominate politics. I mean, Democrats would be winning by so much, they'd have no choice but to run the election would be Joe Manchin versus Bernie instead of Kamala versus Trump if we had young people voting in all these elections. The Overton window is shift so much, but young people need to not be discouraged. We need to be out there as much as possible. And it's like, hey, we're all depressed. We're all going to die anyway. Just go. Like, we might as well just, GG's. We might as well just try it. Do what we can.
No, that's a fact. Listen, bro, it brings joy to my heart. I'm 29, right? So like I feel like we're kind of in the same age range.
You're
and I
old.
completely
Jesus.
agree. I'm sorry, I didn't know I reached unk status
You're
already.
gonna be on
Jesus,
Medicare. You're gonna be on Social Security soon, bro.
Nah, bro, I really, it's just refreshing. It's refreshing to know that young people are on my side because it's like it's hard. The one thing I like to bring up the most is that Trump got shot in Pennsylvania, not the Bronx.
That is a thing for sure. Also, I would say this too. When I tell people that it's like depressing to vote as a young person, I'm gonna start saying it's depressing to vote because none of y'all fucking vote. None of y'all come out with us. None of y'all are really doing this shit. Like, you all talk on social media. You guys aren't really organizing like you should be. We would take over this damn country if young people voted. But the only people voting in freaking in state houses and governor mansions, those people that are voting are property taxpayers, are all the old people. So the policies are going to benefit the rich old white guys if we don't vote in these elections. If we keep on saying things like it's not our job to educate you. Yes, it is. It needs to be our job to do that shit. If I'm doing this every night, ruining my mental health, having having thoughts of ending my Roblox career on, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, in general, like young people do not vote.
Whatever the cost is for your mental health, it's very entertaining for me. So please keep doing it.
Don't worry,
You're
the
doing
viewers
God's
are
work out
funding
here.
me. The viewers who have the money available to fund me are funding me. So thank them. Thank you. RF sent me $7 for McDonald's money. I'm gonna go get McDonald's tonight in honor of you, buddy. Thank you, RF.
Happy birthday too. I want to let you get back to the people who probably hate you, but this was very refreshing. Thank you for talking to
No,
me.
these are good conversations because I feel like I think these conversations are just as important right now because like my community has been getting me to not do Hakeem Jeffries hate rant on my channel and post it as a video.
What? Why?
Because they're like they don't want internal fighting in the Democratic Party. But I'm like
Bro,
Hakeem
fuck
Jeffries
that.
is like a negative. Like
Yo,
but he's
you call
killing
a
us.
spade a spade. Like, yo, I hated Eric Adams ever since he got elected. I knew he was a goofy
And
ever
Hakeem
since I
Jeffries
saw
won't
his
even
campaign
criticize
ad.
him. Hakeem Jeffries
Like-
is he's endorsing Cuomo who had to leave for sexual abuse. It's like
Are you
it's
kidding
insane.
me? Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, Jeffries
Dude, but
talked about
he's-
Cuomo today. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but I was more concerned. You know, Matthew Lawlin, the guy from New York 17th, he's right above. He's in Westchester, bro.
Maybe Cuomo's the
I
best
I
choice.
watched the majority report earlier today. I love the way they put it. He was like, he only won by 23,000 votes, and he voted for this new spending bill. The Republicans are like, they're trying to cut all of Medicare. There's like almost 100,000 people in his district that are about to lose their Medicare, and he only won by 23,000 votes. It's like,
We
bro,
gotta get him out. That's
do
what
you
I said in
do?
my video, dude. We need to find weak seats and make it your life's mission. Every day you wake up, you have to pick a politician. You have to hate them so much. You have to make the best propaganda of your life. Okay, we need the best propaganda of our lives to go after these exact politicians and cut them from the freaking seed, from the root, from the stem, whatever the phrasing is to not sound too fascist. But I would
Wait,
also
can I ask
say
you one last question?
yeah, but I want to clear it up from a chat really quick. The reason I care about the national party's messaging, because I know some people are in chat that are members of my community, and we talk after the streams about Hakeem Jeffries. The big issue is I organize in real life, okay? I am in real life talking to people. Politics is very national now. It used to not be that way. It used to be different. We used to have a lot of different party lines, okay? It wasn't just like Democrats vote one way, Republicans vote another. It was very like, separated from like areas of the country, different demographics. There were different Democrats, Dixiecrats, Northern Democrats, coastal Democrats. Republicans also had a lot of coastal elites and like a different mix of people. It's national politics now. So they want leaders in this era. They want charisma. So when we have Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumers, who are charisma black holes, who are like negative charisma, who have no riz, absolutely zero riz, it is hurting our local organizing efforts having such demotivating leaders of the party. Nancy Pelosi was 50 million times better than Hakeem Jeffries is right now. And I was not even a huge fan of Pelosi, but she could at least handle her shit and not be a negative. He is a negative to our movement, to our organizing right now. Pelosi at least knew politics and knew what to say at certain times. Like she was a lot smarter. She still sounds better somehow. But yeah, your final thing.
No, I mean, you just reminded me of everyone not wanting to criticize, like, I think what was his name, Ta-Nehisi Coates, when he was like, Obama killed mad people with drones. Like, you can criticize Democrats, bro. Like, people should be more okay with that if they're worthy of criticism.
As long as you criticize Republicans 50 million times more, then yeah.
Yeah, it goes without saying. But I guess my last question I want to know, do you like comedy? What's your favorite comedian? Do you watch any comedy at all?
You know, I instantly go to, I really like Shane Gillis. He's a very smart guy, but he hangs out with a lot of really dumb people. But his political opinions are actually pretty nuanced. He's from Pennsylvania, but he's a very funny guy. Like Shane Gillis is a very funny. Out of the whole Rogan comedian club, he's the only truly skilled comedian. Like he can be an all-time great if he breaks away from those dumbasses. He could be an all-time great if he breaks away from this dumbass. Like he could be the new, like less problematic Louis C.K. He has the skill comedically. Is that the word for it? He has the comedy skill. He has the comedy skill to be an all-time great. I just hope he breaks away from the freaking Rogan sphere because that just hurts his career being around those dumbasses. None of them are funny at all. I like Bill Burr on podcasts. Some people are like good podcast comedians. Like I think Theo Von's pretty funny on his podcast, but I know he talks about Trump every single podcast and makes it political. But Theo Von's like he's pretty funny. Bill Burr is pretty funny on podcasts. I don't know about a stand-up. I guess I'd say those are the top three I'd hear from right now.
Bro, if anything, check out Nick Mullen. I think you'd really like him.
Oh, Nick Mullen, someone put in a Tim Heidecker.
Him as well. Anyway,
I've seen him. Yeah, I like them too.
Thank you for taking my call. You're awesome. Keep doing what you do.
Of course,
bro.
you call from New York asking about comedy, dude. That's so on the. Of course, New York, the home of comedy, of stand-up comedy. Wow. Where are you? Are you in AOC's?
I never heard you talk about culture. Say what?
Are you in AOC's district?
No, I'm from the Bronx. She represents in Brooklyn, I think, or maybe just a different district in the Bronx. I think my local person is Jamal Bowman or something. No.
Oh wait, isn't he?
No. Who was
I'm not
it?
sure.
Jamal T. Bailey or something? I think. I
One
don't
of
know.
my favorite
but
rappers.
I might even
You
be
listen to
thinking
rap
about someone
music?
even more local. Say what?
Listen to rap music?
Big time, bro. I'm a rapper.
I'm a big Kendrick guy. I like all the white rappers. Kendrick Lamar, JPEG Mafia. I like JID or JID, whatever you
Bro,
prefer.
same, yo.
Marlon
Okay,
Craft.
okay.
Marlon Craft is from Hell's Kitchen. He's really good. If you ever
Dude,
heard
Marlon
Craft.
Dude, I went to when he opened for freaking who was it? Like back in the day when Funk Volume came by, like you remember Hobson and all them back in the day?
Yeah.
Back when they came, Marlon Craft opened for them like one
Oh,
time. That
yeah.
was the first time I saw him back when I was in high school, dude. He is so ill.
Oh yeah. Also, West Side Gun. I like a lot of Griselda. I do like Baby Keem. I'm trying to go through. J. Cole's all right. I think J. Cole's a little bland, but he has a lot of skill when he's on other people's songs or when he just does a couple verses. I think those are my top rappers I listen to. I think.
Bro, Lord Skull out of New York, keeping the boom bap alive. Still Joey Badass, Capital Steez, bro. Oh my God, it's cool. It's cool.
Steez,
Like,
yeah. I like
dude,
Marlon Craft had a song with Method Man.
yeah. Recently, he just gave him the
Muggsy
cosign
Bogues?
on stage, bro. That was so cool. Oh
I
my
wanted
God.
to see
Yo, you
Marlon when he went
tapped
to
in.
Philly. I wanted to see him when he went to Philly, but I missed it.
Damn. Well, it's cool to
trying
know
to
you
think
like
what
JPEG
else.
Mafia. You still into some weird shit, bro. Yo, we're more alike than you think. Even though
JPEG
I'm in
Mafia's last album is awesome. And
Right,
also
dude, right?
I don't like his like super crazy experimental stuff, but I like I need lyrics in the song. So like the last album and the extended director's cut is really awesome. Really love that. Those are my
It's
favorite.
all right. You a
JPEG
half normie.
projects.
I'll give you a pass for not liking the experimental stuff. You know,
I
you're only a
like
half
it.
normie.
I like it, but like a lot of it's like he's making it with pots and pans and shit, dude. Like I can't listen to Scaring the Host. Like
Yeah,
I
but
just
that's a feature, not a flaw, though. You see.
yeah, I know. I can listen to it if I'm like it's like consuming a fine wine or something. You can't do it like in high portions. I'm trying to think of if there's anyone else I'm missing that I listen to a lot. I do like Tyler. The creator from a full musical perspective. I like some Earl Sweatshirt. Vince Staples for sure.
Wait, quick. Prove you're a leftist. Name a woman artist. Go.
Lauryn Hill, Mary J. Blige. No, the three women that ever won Grammys. Wait, not Grammys. Is it Grammys? Yeah, Grammys are Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, and Doechii. Those are the three women to ever win Grammys in rap.
Right. Yeah. That's, oh my God. Let's
Who
not.
else?
That could be a whole nother stream, dude.
Rhapsody.
She's dope.
Ooh, there's that crap. I'm trying to think of more.
You fuck
women.
with Cupcake?
I know Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know who that is.
Oh damn. Okay.
I like Megan. I like Hiss. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. I always have the issue where I say little instead of like Lil Wayne. Like Little Wayne. You ever listen to
Wait,
Little Wayne?
are you from Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Oh damn, dude. My dad was in jail in White Deer.
Hell yeah. Well, I don't talk about my location or anything. That's why I have the fake
No,
number.
that's fine. It's just like it's a really small town. The only thing that's there is the prison.
Missy Elliott, someone said. Oh, I'm done taking calls. We're talking about rap now, guys. I'm done taking calls for the night. I'll talk about rap.
So is JID the Kendrick of the South?
I don't know, cause like JID has, it's like he's part of Kendrick. He has like one of Kendrick's flows. He has like parts of like Kendrick mixed with Dreamville. But then I think about like Kendrick has a lot of the more what's the word for it? Ah, crap. He has the more eclectic, like he has more Andre 3K. In some of his songs, like more from the art form. JID has a lot of. He's another one of those guys where I think he's. I don't know. It's a Forever Story was a great album. Radar is I'm still on my workout playlist. The beat switches at the end where it goes where the beat drops for a second and he goes into cracking a whipping the crack, just like the crackers did to the black. Oh, I love that. Crap, I guess so. I like JID a lot. I want to see him. Someone said they love Doechii. Doshi's pretty good. Earth Gang. I haven't listened to Earth Gang that much. Earth Gang. I listened to West Side Boogie a little bit. I did listen to Logic back in the day, like years ago, but he kind of fell off really heavy. I listen to some Joey Badass. It depends.
How do you feel about the whole knotted out rap scene? Like people like Joey and Marlon Dubois, like all the people that make like the super slumped out, like kind of rap, like slow trap, where they're like super duper mumbling.
Trap? I don't know about
Like
slow
like
trap.
Joey with 3 Ys, or like Shed Theory, Marlon Dubois. You know any of them?
I don't. When I think slow rap, I think like some of Earl Sweatshirt's songs. I don't know what you. I don't know what you mean right there though.
It's like it's just a bunch of super, just like, I don't know, the sons of like finance bros that got into Balenciaga and lean at a very young age, and now they rap about it.
Yeah, interesting. You like a little Dicky?
Yeah, I don't know. He fell off.
Little Dicky fell off. You ever see his show Dave? The show Dave is pretty good.
I'm more of an Atlanta man myself. Not gonna lie.
You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. You're not a colleague. You're a colonizer.
Bro, I feel bad taking up so much time.
Thank you. Thank you for the donation, WG. Thank you. Happy birthday. I have conversations with people every day in my red state. I really appreciate your efforts. Thank you. Thank you, Thank you, WG. Really appreciate that. Who do you think won the battle?
The Drake beef?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at it objectively, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, listen, everybody, like, no, obviously Kendrick won, but he's still a goofy, though. Kendrick is goofy because he wants to talk all about, like, black empowerment. I'm black, right? He wants to talk about black empowerment, all this and that, and then he still has Kodak Black on Mr. Morale, who got, like, convicted for beating his girlfriend.
Hey, don't make me Twitter you, okay? Because that is the muse. You know what a muse is?
Yeah, how is Kodak his muse?
Because it's the person that Kendrick was using as his representation when he says "I'm not your savior" in the album, and he talks about his own like cheating and abuse and all that kind of stuff. Kendrick or Kodak was his muse to say, "Hey, look, I am dirty. I'm not clean. Like I do bad things. I'm not a moral leader. Like I enjoy all the shit that these other rappers talk about." Because I'm not your savior, so that's why you put Kodak on the album. In the terms of in the framework of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that is a big part of the two-part album. So that's why I did that. If he co-signed Kodak after that, I definitely agree. But yeah, I think that was the purpose of Kodak on the album.
To me, it's like if you actually believe in what you're saying about the whole empowerment thing, you wouldn't give someone like him the ability to make. First of all, I think he's a trash rapper. I've always thought he was a trash rapper. Just like I've always thought fucking Drake was trash. Like everybody just started hating Drake. And I feel so. Kodak isn't that good. Like he's
Kodak.
Mid
I thought you said
best,
Kendrick. I thought you said Kendrick.
No, Kodak has always been mid, and so it's like, why give him even more of a platform? Give him a way to make money off of this song and everything.
He's making money though. Kendrick doesn't he doesn't care about that. He's making money regardless. Yeah. Kendrick is using it for his art. I mean, he's just like that. He's artistic. He used the halftime show to do art. Okay, he used the halftime show. He performed Peekaboo. All right, he does not care. He performed Peekaboo and Mad at the Garden. Like he does not care about that stuff that much. What do you think about your son's a sick man with sick thoughts? I think people like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their lives. He hates black women, hypersexualizing with kinks of a nympho fetish. Hates wearing facial hair because he understood being a beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders at LVO that he keeps on a monthly allowance, and that child should never be compromised, but he's keeping that child around him. That was crazy when I heard that at night, dude, after freaking Family Matters dropped, dude.
Dude, I know. I felt like I was living through history, like seeing, like.
But then he's like,
yeah,
your baby girl. I was like, he does not have another kid. So I mean, that was not. I don't know.
Sometimes
proven.
It just feels like this rap shit is WWE at this point, bro. Like it's so.
It all is for sure. The point. It is funny
Honestly, it gets to me. It's funny, but like, goddamn. That's why I like all this nonsense shit. People like Lil B and RFK Nephew who just talk complete nonsense all the time, and it's just that's better than trying to deal with people who like don't actually care about trying to virtue signal and be like, no, this shit's important, and then not give a shit. Actually,
He gives a shit. He does a lot of activism and funding of programs and stuff.
I feel like he gives a shit, but it's like, bro, at what cost, at what expense, and to what level, and how willing are you to stand on business? I don't know. Maybe it's just my bias against Kodak Black, that why I feel this way or whatever. But like,
a big point of the Kendrick stuff as well is like walking back from the God complex of like TPAB and saving the world and being the savior of being a moral leader, because people were like yelling at Kendrick during BLM for not like posting about it, but he was actually at the protest. Remember that? He says like one protest for you, 365 for me. Vladimir making nightmares, but that's how y'all think. Kendrick says in Savior. So it's like I have all these lyrics, dude. It's actually I'm definitely autistic because I have too many lyrics memorized in my freaking head, dude.
No, dude, I felt the same. I don't know if that means I'm autistic, but I've always thought like, man, I could be filling up my headspace with so much better things than just song lyrics. I know so many of my favorite songs like word for word. I thought I was the only. Thank you for making me feel a little less crazy by saying that.
Yeah, the chat's complaining. Some of the chat's complaining. How dare you? More calls. Someone said Jolah has strayed away from my field of expertise.
Happy birthday, bro. I'm sorry, chat. Good night. Yo, no
I like
worries.
talking.
It's okay.
I like talking about the rap. That's definitely ADHD. Well, ADHD and autism got a lot of crossover, but yeah, ADHD is definitely it. Oh, I'm trying to think of. It's crazy. I could think of any song basically and remember the words to it, even if I don't remember it off the top. Someone said Jolah is a slave owner. That's insane. Goodbye. Comment.
Yeah, it's good. Oh my god, no, it's not. Let me not.
I was a rapper back in the day, dude. You ever hear my raps? What, you want to hear my raps, chat? We're done talking about politics. We're listening to my raps. No one wants to listen to my raps, but
I do. I did, bro. I think, yo, come on. Give me a little. Give me your best punchline.
Thank you for $10 for my birthday, KL. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support. See, this is my birthday present. You guys have to listen to my raps. What's my best punchline? Here, let me find my best punchline. Oh, this is really cringe.
I'll give you a cringe one first.
I can't actually
if you
rap.
Want.
I can't actually rap it because I'm too white. But I'll say it like a poet. I'll say it like a poet. The revolution is a mess. We're going technocratic. Watching television, never go and check the static. Our government is so corrupt, you gotta check the balances. No communication. People need some checks and balances. That's like my poetic.
I like those multi-syllabic rhymes. Bro.
Another one is this is just like a couple of different pieces to a verse I was putting together. Deep in your psychology, you know you're not in danger, but that insecurity is dominating all behaviors. Let me see. Let me see if I have anything else in here. Oh, this one's so bad. This one's actually bad. This is cringe. This is very cringe. Yeah, this one's so cringe. Oh, this is painful. This is some Macklemore. This is Macklemore rap here. They want to take your occupation like the West Bank, losing your integrity, deposit every check blank. Why you gotta profit if you drop in what the prophets say? See, it's so cringe.
I see you, bro. Y'all here dropping knowledge. You a conscious rapper on that shit, bro.
Another one. Well, yeah, it's about politics because I talk about politics and rap. It's too forced, no flow. Jorge, dumbass. I literally said I'm gonna talk it like a freaking spoken word, dumbass. I'm not gonna rap. I said I'm too white for that. Look at these monopolies. They want to give us fake money, leasing private property, no ownership. They take from me. What else is there? Keep on making them.
Okay, here, yo, you know what? That's not cringy. You want to hear one that's actually cringy? Yeah, this is a bar that I came up with in high school. And don't listen. My dad went to jail, came back a 5%er saying "Assalamu alaikum." So this is what. So listen, said, I'll fuck your sis while she ovulate and put a towel down like assalamu alaikum. When my head's down, I gotta scream and praise. And if you wish for women, that's a pussy prayer. But I'm never wishing and I'm never praying because every day she doing what I say. And I'm like Simon said that I'm just saying. It's the flagrant vagrant. Like, yo, bro, you see, like, it's like, it could get way worse.
You gotta rhyme every word. Like you gotta rhyme every word to the point where it sounds terrible. And that's like a way you can't really write, because some people, you want to be able to switch your flow pattern. So like J. Cole in his song he released, See Louds, okay, Clouds. Crap, you can tell.
Did you like it?
I don't know. It's good. It's fine. It's not anything crazy. People acting like it's I mean, it's good. It's good. But when he goes through the second verse in J. Cole's song, where he's like, on the bass in your trunk, the bullet that missed Trump, the gun to jam, because it seemed that God had other plans. The son of man extending his hand to son of Sam. You're like, the bass in your trunk, the bullet that missed Trump, the gun that jammed, because it seemed like God had other plans. The son of man extended his hand, the son of Sam, and forgiveness for all the homicides we witnessed. So like, some people just like keep on rhyming with the exact same word after the first three bars, and then it just sounds bad. Because you can't just be like, acrobat on the track. When I rap, I attack. I go splat like the gat, and I gotta go back on the track. Go relax, no relapse. Like you sound like one of those like YouTube rappers that want to be like a mini Eminem. You ever hear them? And they just focus on like
it can
talking
work,
fast.
but
And
I
making
feel like you gotta do it with the right swag. Also, bro, don't say you're too white to rap, please. I hope that was a joke. Like, don't. You said it kind of like you meant it a little bit, like in an ironic way.
No, because I'll sound like someone called me. No, because one of my black friends, called me that I play NBA 2K with, said that I sound like that I'm he called me Logic Lamar, bro. He called me Logic Lamar, bro.
That sounds like two halves of a compliment to make a full one, bro. Like, what do you mean? That's awesome.
Logic Lamar.
So what,
No, because it's like you sound like
clearly
Logic.
And consciously, like, come on, what is that?
No, because it's funny. It's just funny. It's still funny. It's a funny. It's still a funny thing to say.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. It's especially funny if you tried to mean it as like a joke, because it's just like, bro, you calling me Logic and Kendrick Lamar at the same time? All right, cool. I'll take that. Shit.
You aren't too white. You're too corny. That's true too. But being white and being corny correlates a lot.
Yeah. I'm so tired of this, bro. It's just like the gender war. Can we stop? White people, like black people, are just as corny as white people, bro. I'm tired. Oh my god.
Yeah, only if they watch anime and Denzel Curry.
I guess I'm the corniest motherfucker this side of the Mississippi, bro. What the fuck?
Do you like Denzel Curry? I love Denzel Curry.
I love anime and Denzel Curry, but yeah, also anime.
Oh my god. His verse on Bald with JPEG.
Oh my god, dude. The way that verse, thank you.
The build up on that.
Oh my god. Just the flows on that. And oh my god, cuz I'm on my job. Switch the hit I'm on my job. I am
It's relentless. Relentless flow. Okay, here's a good song. I'm gonna do a cover for the chat real quick. Get my rap voice ready. Need some water. When I was in the third grade, I thought that I was gay, 'cause I could draw. My uncle was, and I kept my room straight. I told my mom, tears running down my face. She's like, Ben, you love girls since before pre-K, tripping. Yeah, I guess she had a point, didn't she? A bunch of stereotypes all in my head. I remember doing the math like, yeah, I'm good at Little League. A preconceived idea.
Jolah, your Grammy's in the mail.
Someone said, what is your someone said, what is your favorite anime?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now I'm getting questions. Holy shit, bro. Okay, damn. Favorite anime. Favorite is hard. I don't know. It changes based on which. Actually, no. Favorite anime, Prison School, bro. Prison School was so good that I picked up the manga. I downloaded a manga app and downloaded it illegally to finish reading it and to keep reading it. Prison School, the best. I love a good comedy. You know, Don to Don was pretty good. That just came out, you know what I mean? But, you know, whatever. Anything by One, Mob Psycho, you know, but I think Prison School is my top favorite anime ever. It's so funny. It's so good. It's so well animated. Read the manga too if you want. It only has one season, but yeah.
Yeah. So chat, what do you guys think about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance? Did you like Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance, or are you too cringe?
Jolah, it's been 30 minutes. I didn't know I'd be on for this long. I love talking to you,
You
but I'm
can
gonna
leave.
go to bed.
Leave. Go to bed.
I love you.
You don't gotta go through this. Don't say that, dude.
But I mean, all right, but you're cool though.
No, I appreciate you. That's what we say around here.
Oh.
Appreciate
Nah, I'm
you.
gay, bro. I love you.
You are?
Well, okay, now you're making it weird, dude. Come on. Like, I love you. Can you just say it back?
I can't say it now, dude. Now if I say it, I'll mean it too much. I can't say it, dude.
Well, then, you know what? I appreciate the fact that you feel like you want to say it, but you feel like you can't. I appreciate that. How's that?
I already said it. I'm like one of those abusive fathers that never actually says their emotions, but you know it. All right. Have a good night, man. Thank you for calling in. What a bad person. Okay, wait 1 second. I'm just kidding. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for the donations. Oxy. Full homo, actually. I might get off early tonight, guys. I'm sleepy. Thank you for all of the happy birthday wishes and donations. My birthday is in like a day, but I'm not gonna say the exact date. But I really do appreciate it so much. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Jolah Politics, coffee, anything, any way you want to donate. Really appreciate it. We live in a fun world. Why are people calling in? My stream says debating Kendrick Lamar. So I don't know why people would call in still. What are they doing? People are weird. Guys are weird. Elon Musk.
I do not want to hear one Republican come to the floor of the Senate and talk about freedom unless that senator has the guts to call out Trump for the lies that he is telling about Putin and the war in Ukraine.
Bro, why can't the Democrats be so badass, bro? Why are the Democrats so freaking bro, I hate it. Oh my god, why can we He's the one that got away, bro. He's the one that got away. Is it so hard to say these words, Democrats, in this way? That sounds like you mean it. That doesn't sound like you rehearsed it in a really bad opera or in a really bad play. Like, have a good night, guys.
Mr. President, it was Russia that started the war.
It's okay, Kit. I want the Trumpers frantically calling me. I want them to go through pain, just like all the federal workers need to. Let's advertise the Discord. Wait. Yeah, guys, join the Discord. Join the community chat and Discord. Let's move this to Discord, community chat. Here's Discord. If you want to hear us continue talking. Join the Discord. Feel free to hop in. Leftover bagel. I am a burn sexual, and it does burn when I'm sexual. I don't want to say that publicly. Why'd I say that, dude? What is this? Huh? I didn't want to say that publicly, bro. Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to me, leftover bagel? You made me say that? Where was I at when where was I when the Keystone... Do I have a Threads account? Technically. Yeah, all my stuff is Jolah Talks Politics or Jolah Politics. So, like, TikTok... you know what? I actually don't plug my other social medias enough. My TikTok is Jolah Politics. My Threads is Jolah Talks Politics. My Blue Sky is Jolah Talks Politics. My Twitter is Jolah YT. My Instagram is Jolah Talks Politics, but I don't post to it. Yeah, join the chat. You know what's crazy? Look at the poll. Can I look at the poll really quick? Look at the results of this poll of who is more attractive and sexy.
Not Ukraine. It is Putin who is the dictator, not Zelensky. This country must not align itself with Putin and authoritarianism. We must fight for democracy all over the world.
Bro, Bernie is pissed. I love it. Is this recent?
I
This
do
is
not
recent.
want to hear one Republican
2 days ago.
come to the floor of the Senate and talk about freedom.
83 years old. Still going hard, bro. I think all politicians need to take an improv class.
I'm watching your stream right now. I thought I might be able to call you and talk to you on it. Oh, Kendrick's performance is awesome. Honestly, like, oh, just I'll switch to this little voice now. Thursday.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna... What day is it? Wednesday, right? Thank you guys for watching the stream. Alright, I am tired today. I want to go eat french fries and talk in Discord. Okay, join Discord, go in the chats. I'm gonna cut it early tonight so I can save up for a really big stream tomorrow. I will be missing streaming probably Sunday, definitely Saturday night because I'll be traveling for birthday stuff. Maybe Friday night. I'm not sure if I'll stream Friday night. I'll definitely be streaming a long time tomorrow though. So I'm gonna get off now, get rested up, hopefully plan some content. I have to go through like 25 hours of footage still to make YouTube clips that no one's gonna watch. But we're in it for the love of the game. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Really appreciate you guys joining me again. The passion in my heart that I feel and the shirt in my pants, it all shows the love, you know? So thanks for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you for the channel memberships, all that kind of stuff. Channel memberships are $3 per month. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll be streaming earlier tomorrow and for longer. I'll probably do 2 separate streams. We're going to try to go for a good content day. The Discord links are in the chats. Feel free to join those. Like I said before, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Jolah Politics to help support the channel. You can send a message with those donations as well. So feel free to send a donation there. Really appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you for listening to the rap conversation as well. Should have been Lil Wayne. Bro, not Lil Wayne, bro. If you say should have been Lil Wayne, you're just proving that you're old. You're old. You just know you're old, bro. You're too old. Your sister's OnlyFans pays for your way of life. Thank you. What is my way of life? Sitting in my basement? You don't deserve donations. Get a real job. I don't know how much money you people think I make doing this. I don't know how much you think I'm making. Like, what the hell? I ain't young? Yeah, I could tell. If you see, that's the issue though. It's a cultural divide. Young people like Kendrick. I saw the kids. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Drop a like, subscribe. Someone said 200 watching. Ha ha ha. The hate comments do work, by the way. Keep doing them. They do demotivate me. I'm not gonna lie. They are painful. Seeing people say stuff about my channel size and my views really does hurt. So it does work. Your propaganda does work on me. So keep on doing it. It really does hurt my feelings and make me not want to do content. It should have been Run DMC, bro. All right, guys. Good night. See you in Discord. See you in Discord, guys. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you. You're part of the problem. Okay, Karen. Go back to your basement and cry. See you guys.